G'day, welcome to session 22 of my Oxygen Not Included playthrough. Alright, so the few things that I did have questions on that we will address straight away. The gas filter, I do agree that this should be around the other way. So rather than filtering out the carbon dioxide, I should be filtering out the oxygen and then swapping this around so the plumbing becomes the ventilation becomes I think we can do this without having to move this too much. So if we say deconstruct gas pipes 1 2 do not cancel that, it'll just be deconstruct, I think just these ones. And no. Let me get my head around the way that I'm designing this. So the gas will go from this one, it will come down that way. Like that. This one will then just go up and connect that way. So the only thing that we have to deconstruct is that one there and those two there. Now we should disable that briefly, because otherwise we're just pushing oxygen to the wrong spot. So the oxygen now goes up. That now pumps out. It's just going to sit in there for a while. Okay. That was number one. Number two was our power grid. So we have a look at our wiring now. Basically what we have is we have 3 different transformers that we can use to power everything in here. 1, 2, 3. So what we want to do then is we want to make a design that has 3 separate sections that are getting powered. So what we'll do is we will run this guy down through this door and then have him connect. Let's go down this way, down this back wall. Cancel those two. Actually, no, it doesn't matter. We'll just run it through those walls. Connect there. So, what we want then is for him to operate this half. Everything to the right of the ladder, because there's not that much, I think, on the right. Except for maybe down here. So, we will sort of more look to it to think that his future prospects of what he will operate could get greater. So we'll run him down here and then down here. Then what we want to, and we'll leave that all connected for now. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to have everyone connected to everything, because otherwise we're going to have sort of like we're going to have to start pulling things apart before we've got everything connected. Now, these two guys are going to want to be separate. So what that means is that we're going to have this cable run straight down here, and his job is going to be the bottom of the bottom. So it's going to be this stuff here that he's going to operate. But it means that he's going to have to be separate to this other guy coming down. Now this third guy coming down is going to look after that, so he's already all attached to that, so that's fine. So what we'll do is we'll just let this wiring be built, and then once that's in place, then we will start to pull up wiring so that they are actually 3 completely separate circuits. The other thing that we will start to do as well is we will finally say goodbye to our manual generators, and we're going to just run on the coal power. Now, the other thing that it probably means in terms of resources, I'm going to want to see coal. because obviously it's going to be what we're operating on. Now the other thing is that now that I've got this battery up here, I assumably need to deconstruct all my other batteries as well, because they're now operating within the system, and could potentially, like, they're sitting outside of what we sort of want the, I guess, the functionality of the batteries to do. The battery here is the smart battery. It'll get charged. This guy will work to charge him, and then charge those. So we don't need to worry about having other batteries. If I'm wrong about that, let me know, but I'm pretty confident that that's the way that should be looking. Now let's have a look at oxygen overlay. Good to see that is looking as I want it. The one thing I was thinking about with this room is whether I should actually flip this around, that this guy should actually be sitting here, and I should have that ladder go up and have the airlocks on top, because again, the air that like, we obviously don't want the nasty air in here, and it's less likely to be at the very top. I'm just not sure if it's worth the effort. Okay. Possibly what I want in here though is a second oxygen mask, because there will become more work involved in what they've got to do. Let's have a look at how those wires are going. Have they built them all? They have. That was quick. Nice efficient work there, guys. Okay. Let's get our next thing going. So, now what we want to do is we want to break up these lines. So we're going to deconstruct power wires here. I'm going to get rid of that one, just so that we can make it just a single breakdown. Same goes for that one and that one. It's all these ones where I can't sort of just immediately designate where they're what direction they're going to go, and we need to just fix those up now. That this one just goes straight down now, because these ones will all be attached to this network on that side, which does mean that we can also deconstruct those two. Over here we can deconstruct all of those as well, and that one. And that means that this circuit here is just going to operate everything in this area. We can now put the wire back there as well. Just wait for that next section to be corrected. Alright, so we'll get another wire to run straight down there. Okay, and then what we need is, I think it means that this wire on this side is currently operating these guys. Down here he's got those. And so what I'm going to do is cut off, I think what we'll do is we'll extend him out to there, and then we'll cut off that one, those ones. Wait, is that right? Yes. So it means that this will all function on the lower half. Still waiting for someone to build that one tile. Do that a 9 priority, since it's causing a lot of stuff to not operate. Is there a reason that they're objecting to building that up there? It's time to have a break. That's cool that you can see the actual battery going there, although it is about to wind down. Now I suppose that's a suggestion that this threshold being too low is a problem, because once it gets below a certain point, if it stops to function and there's no coal in the generator, then we're gonna have a problem. So we've got someone with coal working their way up. I really should rearrange this room too to sort of put that extra oxygen mask in there. So it makes me wonder if I should just do the whole thing in one go. Problem is that if I move that, I'm gonna... Well, I'm not necessarily going to be out of power, actually. Let's have a look at this. So, what we can do is we want to shift this to be a full wall. So, for now, what we can do is we can deconstruct that door. We can deconstruct the mask checkpoint and deconstruct the directions. We will also deconstruct that tile. It's interesting, there's a whole lot of granite sitting there, but alright. Dig that out too. Now what we'll do as well is we'll go to power and we'll find our heavy watt joints, and we're going to want one there and one... Can't go there? Okay. Go up. Yeah, maybe we'll just put it up one. Put one there and one there. Now what we'll also do is there's a wire coming out of the floor there. So let's deconstruct. We've got power wires. Our wire overlay. Let's say deconstruct that power wire right there. Now, what we want to do next is get our coal generator and say we want to put a coal generator right there. It was one of the comments was that now that I've got rid of the if I got rid of the manual hour, then I'll have a lot more workers' ability, able to explore. But I mean, also just you can see how many guys are up here around it and helping. Definitely shows that there's a lot of resistance going on. Okay, so the next thing we go power. We want heavy wires to run from here up there and then down there. Then what we can do is we'll let that get built. Because I mean, there's going to be no harm in having two different coal generators on the network. Okay, so he's all in there, ready to go. So the next thing that we can do is, it was the automation. And what we want to do is construct. We want to get rid of that automation. We want to install automation across there. The next thing we'll do is we will deconstruct that square. We will build a ladder. We will deconstruct that wall and that door. Actually, if we're getting rid of that door, it also means that we can deconstruct the wires in the floor. Although they're already... that's fine, actually. Deconstruct those. We can then build a wall behind this guy. And we can deconstruct him. Now hopefully it's... I mean, the battery's full, so... the alarm to get this guy... will make him a slightly higher priority to get that going. Now what we can also deconstruct is the power wires. I'll just make sure we're seeing these correctly. Alright, deconstruct those power wires. And we will deconstruct that. And the next thing we'll build is 2 tiles up and airlock. Also deconstruct that guy there. You can see that again this battery's all the way down. Fuel request threshold 50% is probably good there. Good. So just before they head to bed, they can have him going properly. I've got that. Cancel that because I realize that that's it's just an accident I made. Okay, so then the next thing base-wise, we'll go a tile there. We still have those wires there, so now we can order to deconstruct those power wires. Okay. So the next thing that we want is we want to go copy our checkpoint. And we'll put it there. And then what we'll do is we will copy our mask overlays and we'll go 1, 2. I think 2 will be sufficient. Just means 1 more than what I had previously. And then what we'll do is we'll put our other kind of mechanized door just there. And 2 tiles above him. Okay, now once those are built, let's have a look at our power situation. What we can do is we can just run this guy straight up the ladder, right across, join the 2 of those. And for the oxygen, similar thing. Well, firstly, we'll just deconstruct. Oh no, that's for the thing, right? So, deconstruct. I'm trying to remember why I had those that gas pipe there, as it's the vent that I've cut off, so we don't need the need that at the moment. We will deconstruct 1, 2, 3. I guess we'll go 4, 5. And we'll just run this wall across here and in. Deliver the suit to that one as well. What are they objecting to here? That's causing an issue where they can't go through. Slowly build it. Alright, let's open that door maybe. Or did they get it all done? Yeah. We'll just have to keep an eye on it to make sure we can actually get guys through there. Now this battery is certainly not spending a lot of time full. Possibly that they're using it faster than it's getting to fill. So what we'll do is we'll up its threshold to 50% just so that it doesn't keep emptying as frequently. Alright, let's just leave that open. Or did she get in there and do it? Just because I can see all that wiring is still there to be done. And that someone's got to be doing something in there. Alright, how's our ladder going? Oh, we've dug all the way down here and we've got some salt water down there. I always think the frost areas are quite interesting. So let's extend this ladder down to there. And we'll dig out those two spots as well. Now on this side, it was pointed out that the reason that I couldn't open the security locks is because this is the lock. And so the lock's on this side of the door. So to get in here, I actually have to get them on this side and go that way, as opposed to being able to come in that way. Thank you for the person that looked that up for us. So what we'll do is we will go over the top. I think will be the easier way. So we'll go up there. Like that. And then we'll just build a ladder. Now all that power is built, I wonder if I can now set that to auto and it'll operate a bit better. See how they go. Now the other thing I need to address is I could make a liquid container. See if I can find where that is. Liquid container, and I can have them take the oil and put them in and put it in that liquid reserve. I can have it piped into it. Interesting. I wonder if that means I can just set up a pipe system and have, say, the reservoir sit below it. Obviously that is working. I wasn't watching, but I just saw that someone at least came in and out, so looking good on that front. Good. So has anyone called Ellie to tell her that there's some digging that needs to be done? There she is. I did have someone suggest that what I could use is the mesh tiles. Does not obstruct liquid or gas flow, and I could build that across here. I do think that there's gases that are coming out here that are potentially problematic, and that's not a bad idea. Well, I mean, what I could do is I could set up mesh tiles to allow oxygen to flow up and out of this thing this way, and so that this nasty air that's potentially getting this food poisoning in it is actually going to vent out of the thing, not into it. then it means that there is still a flow of air between in here and out there. Possibly that's okay. I mean, what we can do is that we can just move this bottle emptier to the outside, because we don't want people to be dealing with this on the inside of the base. So we'll start to work on that as well. We'll start by just knocking out some of the dirt that's accessible. Still not a fan of these guys going down there to pick up anything, but oh, especially algae. Gonna be breathing that, buddy. Fried mushroom. Breathable air. Probably don't need it too much at the moment. So, digging still taking place. Added, removed. I suppose that varies from day to day with the sort of food creation. Grapple time's interesting. I did see someone comment that what I should do, this was a while back now, is put a fireman's pole next to the ladder. Because that would speed up their mobility, since my sort of, there's such a big ladder that sort of operates through the whole thing. But if I had a fireman's pole, that could reduce that time of sort of climbing that they do, moving about everywhere. Okay, so that digging's been done, so let's dig out the next row. Deconstruct. I'll just click on it to do it. Construct that one tile out in the middle of nowhere. Okay, so then we'll also just make the order to dig those hard to reach ones out. And then we'll dig out I haven't checked to see how anyone's doing up here. Oh wow, good job. Not do me any better. See if Stinky or someone's taken the task. Yep. Brave Stinky going where no man's gone before. What have we got, Stinky? And thank you, Stinky. We've earned another achievement for that one. Recover a database by inspecting facility ruins. Oh, that's a neat little. Oh, cool. cool time lapse I didn't know that I had. Yeah, you can certainly see where I sort of started from and how far we've come. Right, let's return to the game. So what did we find? The computer was wiped almost completely except for one file. Database entry unlocked. Too much there. We can rummage away. I suppose I can open that as well. Looking alright. Yeah. So zoomed out so far, it didn't look too good. Alright, let's continue our oop. Okay, and we'll dig out the next three. Well, I won't do that yet. Again, it's too hot in here. It's quite hot in there as well. So what we'll do is I'm going to remove an unassigned bed. And maybe what I should do is put a wheeze ward in the bedrooms. I mean, you can see that that's a much cooler sort of area that they've got around them. I hope that they quite like it. It improves, it does improve decor as well, good. No oxygen. Interesting, why is there no oxygen going to that one? Did I disable you at some point and not turn you back on? Pipe blocked. Right, okay, so I think the issue is just the way that this ventilation here is set up. So it's pushing out nasty air. So what we would do is we will deconstruct this guy. Go gas bridge. And then go and just chuck a vent there. I think that should mean that that air can then push out and so that the oxygen can continue to move. There we go, he looks happy again now. It's better. Okay, so he left that piece there stranded. Just declare all of it to be dug out. Although, oh yeah, I know exactly what you're going to do. Alright, so it's otherwise going to bug me. So I need to get someone in there to clean that up. So what we'll do is we'll just do a quick temporary set of steps down. Get him to build that. Get him to dig out what's there, and then we'll oh, that's going to create the exact same issue, isn't it? So it's going to mean that they then can't remove those tiles. So let's cancel that. And what we'll do is we're just going to get some people to probably get hypothermia. And we'll just tell them to build a ladder there. Build a ladder there. And then just dig out all of those for me, please. Got to think about the long term of this. My dupes. This is about looking pretty. It's not about your immediate health. Now this ladder actually probably will last though, just in case I need anyone to get down into this muck. That'll be a fine way for them to do it. Now since I've bravely opened one of those doors, it means I can also willingly open that one too, which I've had just sitting there for the longest time. Again, you can see that this battery is just permanently not holding charge. Actually, the low threshold is sends a green signal once it's charged. Until it's 100% charged. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, meanwhile, I've got the chance this time. Cancel that order. We just could have dug up that way. Doesn't matter. Okay, let's inspect. Okay. What do we think? We assign it to our buddy Stinky. Let's give it to Mima. She's old and wise. Beefsteak trait. Rubicons got muscles on their muscles. Plus 10 strength. Alright. Mima, you're jacked. Strength 13. Okay, so let's put in a planter box. Good to see the ladders did their job. Maybe we can now order the buildings only. The construction of that. Then order extension of the ladder to there. And we will build tiles across. No. Cancel. Because I realize that this guy here is up 1. So we can just make him even with that road. And we can cancel one of those because we will use it for the bottle emptier. Now liquid vent as well. Have a look. him down, then out. And we'll put a liquid vent on that. We'll then copy that guy, put him there. Now the conditions of this guy were just polluted water. So I'll just set him to polluted water. We will deconstruct him. We will check out our plumbing again. And we will now say deconstruct liquid pipe, that one, and then we will deconstruct that liquid vent. That's now been left in no man's land, so we're gonna have to build a ladder to address that ladder. Right. Now we can cancel this too. We can ask for that ladder to be deconstructed. Now, oh, what's happened here? Something else have a leak. What are we looking at? Tell me about the water. It's just liquid water. Must be that someone's put ice in a thing again. It's alright. As long as that would... I mean, I know that that liquid water is germy. I realize I don't have to keep calling it liquid water. I assume you know what I'm talking about. And I'll just get on mopping all of that. Thought all my ice had been moved up here. Or is that full? I don't want polluted ice in there. Or carbon dioxide. Not sure what happened there. Okay. And the next thing that we can do is we can seal this off. And then that and all its gases are now outside of the base. And that if you want to drop something off, you've got to go all the way down. Although, to make life a little bit easier, we might just extend this ladder up. There. Reminds me that I've probably got that built there ready to go. Plant our one wart seed in there. We'll want to do the same thing in here. But that's currently my 9 beds. So... no, it's not, because there's a bed down here. That one's currently unassigned. May. So let's assign that to May. And then we can... that one's now unassigned. Cool. It's actually easier that they've taken one out of the middle of the room for me. And since they've done that, we might uproot this guy. So that we can use him. But that'll be something that we do next time. But I will build that planter, just because I'm sure I'm going to forget otherwise. So I'll put the planter there. The intention of making that colder. And there we go, another big session there. I think we did a lot of nice cleaning up. This is the only question I guess I really have out of that one. Is my smart battery setup correct? Is everything about that good? Are we happy? But otherwise, until next time, I'll catch you later. See ya.